So, hello. I'm going to be talking about what if objects were alive? That seems to be what I'm going for. So, if objects were alive, my main idea when thinking about and wanting to talk about this was, would they be biased? Would they think we're biased? This is just a random thought that I came up with. But, say you have a favorite shirt and you have like a bunch of other shirts that you barely wear and you keep wearing this favorite shirt for almost every day. How would the other shirts you have in your drawer or closet feel? Like, would they think you're acting feeling biased? Would they just be jealous in general? I think I'm just going to be using the word bias for most of this, even though possibly using it wrong. So don't mind that. But how would the objects feel? Like, how would your shirts feel? Would they feel very upset that you have this shirt that you keep wearing for every single day of the month, while you have a bunch of other shirts just in your closet or in your drawers that could be worn and could possibly look nicer, and are just possibly crying inside because they don't have any actual face being why are you wearing this shirt? You have been wearing it for I don't know, let's say 5 weeks already. You have other shirts. You could have picked any, but you keep picking that singular shirt every day. You haven't even washed it or something. I can just imagine that, and that would just be funny. But still, how would an object feel? If they had emotions and can feel anything? Say for this sleeping mask that I am currently wearing while recording this, it has a cat face on it and cat ears. But I haven't wear it to sleep for a while. How would that so if the cat face sleep mask was alive, would it be upset that I'm not wearing it to sleep and only wear it for whenever I should or I feel like wearing it? Is it okay that I don't use it as much as I should? Would it be upset? Is it crying? Is it angry at me because I am not wearing it to sleep, which is its actual function? It's just you don't exactly know because we don't know because we just assume that objects have no emotions. So say for toys and dolls and something like this that I am holding, which is a toy, but how would they feel? We can make them express as possibly as many emotions as we want, but are they okay if we do something? I had these toys where I would bite off some of their body parts. So some of them look very weird, but would they be in pain, in agony? Do they act? Would they act, so if you squish a teddy bear so hard, would they feel pain? So cause if we were to supposedly give objects emotions, emotions as humans, if objects had emotions like humans, would they be okay with that? Because we wouldn't actually know because we because if objects were to have emotions, would they be able to speak? How would they express it without just using its thoughts? Because, like, we have, like, toys that can, like, that have, like, these programmed things that makes it talk. It has, like, this voice box of stuff. And it's, like, usually plastic, or there's, like, these fluffy things that have, like, some sort of plastic covering for all the techie stuff. Like, how does that, like, would they actually be able to speak out how they feel if they were to have human emotions, human thoughts, just, like, human awareness? Like, would they feel upset? Because, like, they could. We wouldn't know. Like, they could possibly. But, like, still, it would just be, like, so interesting, because, like, you can lead, because with this possibility of a thought, you can just branch it out even more when you come to think about this. So, like, you could be wearing, like, a hoodie so much. Like, would it not like to be worn even more? Like, because at some point, clothes are just gonna get ripped and, like, won't fit you, and would have to, and you would, like, donate it or throw it away or use the fabric for something else. Would it feel very upset about that? Like, when you think of an object, but in a human, but, like, you give it a human personification, you would actually think about it differently more than how you would usually think about it, which would be feel weird, because, like, when it's, you always think of it as an object, but if you were to think of it as a human, you would just have to keep on thinking. There's these thoughts. It would feel pain. It could just, like, it would know if we're around, if we're wearing it, or if we're staring it in the eyes, or if we're cutting off a piece of their body of sorts. Like, how would you react if you knew, if, like, objects were to have actual human emotion, human awareness, human thoughts? Like, what if, how would you react if, like, all of a sudden science has proven that objects have feelings when we create them and what we do to them? Would you feel different? Would you still treat them as an object? Would you treat them as a human? Would you actually start thinking more as if they were a human? Like, how would that work? Like, that's just so big of a thought. You don't really exactly know what you would do about it, because it's just there. The idea of objects being human makes it seem, if you were to do something to it in a negative, as a, like, a sort of negative response, you could just feel bad about it, and then, like, you would feel bad about it for, like, the rest of the day, or maybe the week, or the year, or the month. Like, it just goes on with that thought, which is why I guess not many people really think about it as that. Like, in Toy Story, they would just they give the toys human emotions and human thoughts, and we know that, like, Woody would just felt upset because he felt replaced, because he got replaced with somebody. He got replaced with Buzz Lightyear, and he was, like, upset because, like, he was initially, like, Andy's. I think it was Andy's favorite. I do not exactly know, but that's how I remember it as. So, how bad, and, like, if you were in a similar situation where you lose a best friend, let's say, you would possibly feel the same way as Woody. And that was human personifying an object, which is a toy. Toys are classified as objects. So then you apply other objects with that idea of what I just talked about. It would just feel very weird and different with how, possibly, with how, if, like, objects were to be alive, they could, when they have a human emotion or a feeling, and then you would, like, think, and when you're actually aware of it, you would possibly just feel so different that you don't even know how you actually feel, I guess? Because that's how I'm feeling when thinking about it, I guess. Or just a splanted idea. Anyway, I think I rambled on long enough, so this is going to be the end of this audio recording or video, because I'm gonna post this on YouTube.